The name of that machine is Surprise. But yeah, I really was like, Surprise, get it? It's a surprise. And I think I said that so many times that the writing team was like, you know what? If we just put this in the game, he'll go away. He'll leave us alone forever. Hi, I am Andrew Eiche, COOwl and Cable Slinger at Owlchemy Labs.
And hi, hello, I'm Carrie, Witt, Art Director and Cat Whisperer at Owlchemy Labs.
And this is a speed run by Joker Factory of our game Vacation Simulator. So one of the really cool things there is that's the character creator. I think we spent probably all of development on that. And we wanted it to work like an instrument when we made it, because we wanted it to actually be fun to make a character. Not just that it's always fun to make a character, but like actually fun to make a character while doing action. It. Yeah.
The whole process.
Right. And do you want to talk a little bit about how many characters we put in while this kind of like intro cutscene's happening? Like how many different types?
And how many types of avatar customization?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a huge undertaking in itself. If you're going on vacation, you want it to look like you and not some generic whatever human avatar. So quite a lot of time and effort was spent creating different hairstyles, different colors.
It's me.
Accessories.
It's you.
Oh, it's me. Speedrunning through game dev, yes. And you can access all that goodness with a beautiful clinky keyboard in the bathroom.
So another interesting thing you see is this is the credit system, which we built into the game, and the watch, right? So originally when we made Vacation Simulator, we had this like watch, and we were like, this watch sucks. It's the worst. Threw it away. And then, like, probably about 2 months before launch, we're like, the watch is coming back. We got to bring the watch back. And completely redid that.
It's good at problem solving. It worked for Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah, I mean, we joke that we always end up with a watch in a game. Although, in our most recent game, we don't have a watch. We have an entire power menu on the hand. But I don't know if you count that as the same thing. So, Cosmonious High is the game that is coming out soon from us.
Different hand accessories.
Different hand accessories. And the other thing too is we had a lot of debate about credits or about the memories here. And I think what was it, the big debate was we were talking about we kept referencing Mario games. So we were like, is this Super Mario 64 or is this Mario Odyssey, right? Are you getting tons of this like internal currency, or does everyone matter?
The great Mario debate of 2019. I don't remember how time works.
18, but yeah, it went on and on. But yeah, this is so yeah, we're in the forest right now, and kind of this was, I think, like if I had to think about it, this was the second area we really polished of the three, right? Mm-hmm. The beach was definitely the first, and I don't think anyone would be surprised. But this station in particular, Garden Variety, took us forever, and we had so many different versions of it. It had all these different like complex mechanics, and then it turns out one of the we were just like, who cares? Like, planting stuff is fun. Let's just plant.
Exactly. And his Chaos Speedrun Garden is beautiful for what it is.
Yes. And and see, it still looks great. Like it's like those crappy wildflower things you could buy at the store where you roll out the carpet and then your yard explodes.
Wait, those are real? I want that.
Oh yeah. You can buy that.
It sounds like a virtual reality thing.
Yes. So these slingshot shots are very impressive. Like he's hitting them in one, and some of these are pretty long range.
Yeah, I was surprised at the treehouse one. Like he was shooting from like across the map.
Yeah, that's pretty good. One of the things, Carrie, do you want to talk about the colors of these fish and how we made them work for colorblind users?
Oh yeah, so this is a interesting accessibility problem. So Obviously, relying on color alone is a problem for folks with color blindness. So what we've done anytime that color is an important mechanic when it comes to gameplay is add a pattern on top of the color as well, so that regardless of your ability to see color, there's always a pattern there to match the fish to. And that's something we've carried over into Cosmo High as well, which, yay, I'm glad, because accessibility is important. Yeet that boy!
Wow,
Yo!
that's a 6 in the first shot. Yeah, there's some people at Owlchemy who still can only get 2 skips. Like, it's kind of dark magic how this skipping thing works.
How did he get 6?
That area was like inspired by the Lost Woods in a lot of ways. We were like, oh, we'll just have them teleport to the same spot. Wow, that's the fastest I think I've ever seen that.
But less scary, and yes, this speedrun is quite good. I'm surprised it hasn't broken anything.
I'm also surprised that burritoing here isn't faster somehow. I mean, maybe our logic in the game, because I feel like you could bail out right now. But this was great from an art perspective, because we wanted all the ends of this of these 3 areas to be like really pretty. My favorite is which we'll see in the snow when we get up to the mountain, but you know, Carrie could talk a little bit about that, where we really tried to emphasize the beauty of the vacation.
Totally, especially playing with the concept of memories as kind of a form of currency you're actively trying to get. Interesting interplay between capitalism, vacation stuff going on there, but instead of just collecting memories as token on your watch, actually having a moment where it's like, oh shit, I wish this was real life, because here's a beautiful double rainbow upwards geyser, and I would love to experience that. But now you can virtually.
Yeah, and it definitely we thought a lot about memory in that way too, like actual wow, first shot, that was insane. What? So that is, yeah. So you'll notice that the slingshot shoots a different thing in each area that's appropriate to that area. So here it shoots sand blocks, and then it shoots acorns and snowballs. We like to play with those things, especially in the simulator verse, where it's like a lot of times when we're making these things, we think, what would the bots think? Now there's a great speedrun hack here, and I want to see if he does it, where you could chuck some of the food at the people, at the bots, not people, the bots, because they know they'll accept food from long distance. So we'll see if our speedrunner does this here. There's 1, 2. There's definitely one where you can just huck it off to Sandcastle bot there. Wow, that's a really fast way to do 7. There's the hot dog. There we go. All right. Yeah, and then the bugs. Oh, you see, that's the one that you could have just tossed off the top. The bugs. There's the different bugs in every area. So yeah, it took us a lot to figure out what was like standardized between these vacations, and kind of going back and forth. Also, that bot is me. That was just speaking. The one in the shack. We have a lot of owls in this game doing the voice acting.
Is this one still Colin? I have my sound turned down.
Yeah, this is Colin. This is Colin. That one was fun, and like it's tough sometimes when you're writing the characters to make them like, how do you make them like, grumpy but not so off-putting that no one wants to interact with them ever again.
It helps when you can throw stuff at them.
Oh yeah. And the camera is really interesting too, because you'll see there's a lot of text on the back, and he's looking at the text, and that wow. And the text itself, we went through and made a database of every item that you could take a picture of, and there is a little text thing for every single item that the camera detects.
Oh, that was him making sure he got the correct elements for that to count.
Did he hit a wall? I think our speedrunner has smacked a wall. Oof. Yeah. So people know. So the story behind this game is that like the bots don't understand what vacationing is. They just know it's kind of important, right? So Job Simulator was like, hey, we're in this museum, we make this rough approximation of job, and Vacation Simulator is like, we know vacations are important, so we're gonna do it, but they're bots, so they're like trying to like maximize it and maximize all the metrics. And then we built this like Bureau of Simulations concept up. And so yeah, that's what you see in these kind of end cutscenes is they're debating, are the metrics moving? And then, obviously at the end of the game, which we'll see, spoiler, but you're also watching a speed run, that like, oh hey, it turns out vacations aren't really about like maximizing the metrics. It's about like having a good time.
No, I need to maximize my relaxation, or else I didn't have a.
I have 30 relaxations. I need 50.
Yeah, I can't have a productive vacation without 30.
We've joked a lot in our games too. You saw the eye patch there. It does go over one eye, which is great, but we always joked a lot about it turning off one eye. But in practice, it's more funny to us. There's a lot of times where we make these jokes that are funny to us, but not funny to actually play. Although the hook hand is pretty good. The hook hand's pretty good. Carrie, do you want to talk maybe a little bit about like, how did you make the different areas distinct, right? Because besides the fact that they're like, but they all kind of have a theme that's a little bit different than just, hey, one's snowy, one's sandy, one's foresty.
Yeah, totally. I'm currently mesmerized by all of the snowball hits he's getting from far away.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't know you could complete this memory like that.
No, me either. So that's pretty cool. So I guess at a high level, wanting to create different destination locations that all felt somewhat familiar, or at least something that you would encounter through pop culture, through movies or something like that. So paring that down to beach mountain vacation was fairly straightforward, I want to say, because we definitely had some other ideas in there that were very strange and we didn't go with it, thankfully. But you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
Oh yeah. Just like Job Simulator, we had all the jobs.
And in here too, we leaned not just into these different biomes, but also trying to emphasize a little bit of a different time of day in some of the zones too. So beach is very much like early day, forest late afternoon, kind of get those fall sunsetty colors going on there. And mountain, as you see as you go up the mountain, like twilight almost, and kind of adding to that sense of wonder of these places with the lighting and time of day. And then a lot of snow everywhere.
Yeah. This so that bot that's in that area, that's Jacksepticeye. That was a very fun person to work with. And then I'm really surprised that the ice sculpting is part of the speed run.
Yeah, no, he managed to do that very precisely somehow. I hate the ice puzzles. I'm sorry.
I love them. They're like my favorite. And so okay, and maybe this was like appeasing the boss here, but the name of that machine is Surprise, and it basically was a pitch. And they pulled the pie right out, so they waited till the pie unlocked, but didn't open the door, which is really interesting. We saw some of that happening in Job Simulator with the cash register. But yeah, I really, really was like, surprise, get it? It's a surprise. And I think I said that so many times that the writing team was like, you know what? If we just put this in the game, he'll go away. He'll leave us alone forever.
I want to say that that's accurate.
I mean, I know what I'm about, right?
I would never say no to a surprise pie.
Yeah, I just, my goofball joke. Ooh, this is a bold one to do because this is like truly randomly generated. And he's doing this one-handed. So here you have to match color or shape, right? And get a certain distance.
I love the yeet yourself into the sky strat. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's like, yank it down as hard as you can and just flail and grab onto something. Dang, look at that.
Yeah, 132. That's pretty fast. I'm curious if you could do it faster two-handed, but yeah, definitely. And then so we're talking about all the times of day and the beautiful things. So you'll see the afternoon. This is also a long gag that we thought was really funny to make it sound like you did a difficult journey, but you It was all in audio. Oh, and this was another one. So this is a good one for you to talk about, Carrie, because I think, I was part of this too, where I was like, we have to have a gorgeous vista on top of the mountain. We need to see the whole island. And I think Carrie was like, we absolutely cannot do that.
We literally do not have the polygons to do that, Andrew.
But what you came up, do you want to talk about how you came up with this? Because this was like the demand here was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, instead of having the rest of the island, which we did actually make maps and graphs and try to plot how stuff would actually exist relative to each other. Instead, it was like, it's just, that shot where you're coming up the mountain, you see the intimidating cloudy rings around it. Let's just have that be what you see. And they just get the beautiful sunset and an aurora borealis in space. These are all the most beautiful things. And now you can't see the rest of the island, but you don't care because it's beautiful clouds.
Right. It worked out well, right? Somehow. And then we have those fast exits. So we used to have fast exits like all over the game. And we actually used to have like a teleport map. I think we had that map in the backpack literally up until like a month before ship. But with every iteration, it became more and more cursed. And you could like put a pin in something and just go to like some level that had been unloaded that was like super broken. And we would just tell people like, oh, we haven't deleted the map, but just don't use the map. Just don't use the map.
Don't pinpoint yourself into the forest in Vacation Forest. You'll get trapped.
Yeah, so here, okay, so here, like, the our lovely efficiency bot, the metrics have gotten so low, he's just like gone into some weird standby blue screen mode. And our peppy vacation bot is like, you know what will fix all this? It's a party. We should do a party. It'll be awesome.
That's the cure for capitalism. Just have a party.
So so the original version of the end of this game, this like, we call this the void, right? Which is like kind of cool because it's like what happens when the vacations, the simulators all turn off. All the simulators turn off. And so in this case, the bot is like, we're just gonna go through this as fast as possible. But we had like some cursed versions of this where you were jumping through the game really fast and like load times were taking eons. It was bad. So I would argue this is a place, and maybe Carrie disagrees, where like very much less is more, right? Gray void, little pedestal.
Yes. So it would have been interesting to see the other sequence sped run even more beyond, because the whole point was to be as efficient as possible, but this is infinitely better.
This is and then when we came up with this, it was finally like a hilarious thought at the end was like, yeah, what if it's just that you hit a button and you see a picture and you do it, and that's it? You look at that, super efficient.
So it didn't have to use your hands at all except to press that button.
Yeah. You just stand there in vacation because you got intercepted for the party. And it was a good like story thing too, because you're like, you flip this big switch to go party, and then you're stuck in this gray void.
Look how stoked Joker Factory is to smack that button.
That's true. Like, very hype. The puzzles in there, that was one of our artists. We like had this like internal make whatever you want thing. And we have all these like little systems in the game. And one day the artist is like, I made a puzzle. Is that okay? And we were like, this is amazing. I can't believe it. Oh,
yeah, John's puzzle.
It was John's puzzle, yeah. He's, yeah.
I would pick this version of the ice puzzle. Just press a button and let me win.
Yeah. So poor Carrie. Well, you don't have to do the puzzle to beat the game. We always made it so you didn't have to do those if you didn't like it.
I got 100% the metrics.
Yeah, I got 100% it. But yeah, this is our like you're in the Matrix now, right? And then we wanted all these down arrows. I think, Carrie, if I remember right, I think I drew really, really crappy versions of these and sent them to you and was like, I want something like this. Yeah. Every game, one piece of my art makes it in. Yeah, it was
no, that is my job. Interpret the jank and make it beautiful.
Yeah, and I think and the other thing is like I have a very soft spot for graph jokes, and so I was like, we're gonna end this game with a graph joke. That's perfect. And this is
It is
the
true.
epiphany.
Internal relaxation. I need my job to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And we're coming to a compromise now.
There we go. And canonically, these bots are friends, regardless of what our Discord says. So they're just friends.
Like really good friends, though.
Just friends. They're just friends. There are a bunch of like dating bots in the game too. It's like kind of subtle. They like mention each other. I don't think any of them are in the same scene, but they are always kind of like around. You know, forgot was it? I kind of forget who's who.
And it's cute.
Yeah, the puzzle. I think the puzzle bot's with some. Oh, puzzle bot's with the bot that's under the ocean.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think
2009.
The speedrun finishes when they go to the avatar customers, or yeah?
Yeah, or I think they did it. I think it was when they get teleported back in here. So yeah, that was great. So that was Vacation Simulator, and we, Owlchemy Labs, we make the games, Vacation Simulator, Job Simulator, and definitely check out our upcoming game, Cosmonious High. We're very excited about that.
So excited to share it with y'all.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.